Welcome to Media Men Online. I am Dan. This is Jeremy.
Hello.
And spoilers ahead for Mashle, Season 1, Episodes 1 and 2, because...
I think it's French. It's pronounced Mashle.
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 To me, Episode 1 didn't really have much happen, so it's a good thing we chose to do 2 episodes.
Yeah, you can actually skip that one. You don't need to watch it.
It's basically just an introduction to the character, who is a quite dumb character.
Is it, though? Because a different character shows up in episode 2. Like, it has the same name and voice, but that is a different fucking character. In episode 1, he couldn't open a door. He was confused by the idea that a rectangle turned sideways won't go through itself.
To me, this is a combination of Harry Potter, Black Clover, and One Punch Man. Now, the One Punch Man vibes are obviously because this guy's just super strong, but he's kind of naive. At least in the beginning of One Punch Man, he's kind of naive to how the world around him works and how strong he actually is.
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoy this show. I'm quite far ahead in the manga, so I'm going to try and completely cut it off at the first 2 episodes. The first one, he's just a country boy who lives with his grandpa. He's got no magic powers like Asta from Black Clover, except he doesn't scream every 14 seconds, which is good.
Yeah, although he does appear to be on muscle relaxers permanently.
Which may or may not be a good thing for him.
Maybe I should do the rest of the episode talking like him. So the first and only fight in episode 1, a magic appears to be a balloon that you throw at somebody.
Yeah, for this first guy's spell, because everyone seems to have different types, right?
Maybe. We'll find out.
So the basic premise of episode 1 is, I guess you're meant to be executed if you don't have any magical powers. And you can tell if people don't have magic powers based on if they have a mark on their face. Some people have multiple marks. Some people have no marks. And I guess the wizard cops want to just kill you so you don't breed with magic people to dilute the... it's really kind of dark. He wants to see if
Maybe they're scared because you don't have magic. It means you're too stupid to open a door.
Yeah, that's fair. Should we just murder all the people who can't open doors?
I mean...
yeah.
Murder's a strong word.
We should at least cast them off to a doorless island, wouldn't you say? Huts don't have
just put
doors.
Just put the food behind a door and it sorts itself out.
Basically, the cop
and his
guy...
dad is tall Master Roshi.
Yeah. The premise is the cop guy wants Mashle, or I guess his name's Mash Burn Dead. Well, I don't guess it. It is Mash Burn Dead. And he wants him to see if he can get through the school without any magic powers. Or else he's going to hunt down the grandpa. I guess the grandpa by association is going to be murdered as well, which is also pretty dark.
Yeah, I misunderstood. I thought the first thing was... he said, oh, you just show up and there's a giant battle royale / obstacle course. And then the winner becomes Jesus or whatever. But all that was just an entrance exam to a school.
Yeah.
They're going to have written tests.
Written tests. They're going to have things where they have to use magic to float a feather or whatever they do in Harry Potter. But he's got to figure it all out. Are you planning on continuing this or...
Yeah, I'll give it a watch. Although it might make me mad as it goes on. It's here at lifeguard school, you have to save the person from drowning. If every time they did that, you brought in a hammer and cracked the pool to let all the water out, they would kick you out of the lifeguard school.
That's fair.
But they're like, oh, look, the rule says save the drowning victim. Doesn't say you have to not empty the pool.
With him, it would be if they were drowning in the ocean, he would just punch the water and it would turn into... It would be like Moses part the sea.
Yeah, so I'd like to move on to episode 2 where something happens.
Yeah.
So apparently you can cancel a spell by scaring it.
Yep.
Because all the students were confused because the letters moved around on the exam. And Mashle just said, hey, stop that. And then it did, which is a real shit spell. if you were doing like a locksmith thing and someone yelled at a lock and it opened, you'd be like, I need a different lock. I don't care how strong you are. Outside of like the Matrix or One Punch Man, you shouldn't be able to talk a lock down.
Basically, everyone in this world has grown up with people who only know magic. So all the spells are against people who have magic, and they don't take into account somebody who doesn't. So that's kind of the whole hook of this.
Yeah, one of my lines is the best mage in the guard thought that Mashle would pass a written exam. That's what this entire show is premised on.
So I thought when he unscrambled the letters, he was actually going to have to answer questions. Mm-hmm. But no, just the test was unscrambling the letters, and he gave him the paper. So I guess it's a good thing he didn't have to actually answer anything.
Yeah, and then he got like an annoying sidekick girl, and then she was fake. And then I'm like, oh man, he came back and saved her. I was looking forward to her dying. I have a feeling she's going to be annoying in the entire show.
She is in the entire show, but she is not the most annoying character because we have to get a Scream Boy at some point.
Yeah. I thought she was the Scream Boy.
No. If you look at the poster, it's the red-haired guy. He's the I have to yell at everything like the dude from Black Clover.
To summarize this show, this is the Black Clover you have at home. Mm-hmm. It's not as good as Black Clover, and it's the exact same premise.
I do enjoy this more than Black Clover because of Asta is always screaming. Like, I tried to watch it, and I started to doze off. This was like episodes I'd already seen because I was trying to restart it because it'd been a little while. Mm-hmm. And I dozed off for about 5 minutes, and then Asta's screaming woke me up. Like, oh my God, this show. But I really do enjoy Black Clover. It's just both very enjoyable. This is one of my favorite shows of the year, and I really enjoy the manga as well. It's just such a different concept. It reminds me so much of One Punch Man the further I get into it. And there's just, as it goes on, there's more spells and more tests he takes that just like, this doesn't even make any sense how, I'll bring something up from episode 3 it's not a big deal, like spoiler thing. So the principal guy, the main dude, is explaining like there's this coin system to become the pirate king or whatever the fuck. He starts explaining, and it's like in that classic anime trope where it's going to be like, okay, this is going to be a 6 or 7 minute monologue. But then it's about 15 seconds, and then it shows Mash, whose eyes are rolling in the back of his head, and he's got this weird face on him. He looks like he's going to throw up. And then they completely cut the story that he was going to tell and move on because he couldn't hold his attention. Like, this is fantastic. Because it's just making fun of the over explanation trope. That's kind of why I like it. But yeah, it's solid either way. I would definitely recommend giving it a shot, but don't just watch the first episode. I would say give the first 4 episodes a shot, and if you don't like it by that point, then you can bail. But because it really starts to pick up, especially with episode 3, there's some funny stuff going. I think it's meant to be more of a parody than an actual serious story.
Yeah, so I can see that. That would explain why he's like insanely. It is One Punch Man / Black Clover.
But on that note as well,
not to be confused with the upcoming show Black Punch Man. That's a very different show.
Yeah, that's the Mike Tyson anime coming soon.
I'm definitely watching that.
Hell yeah. I would say watch One Punch Man and Black Clover while you're at it. But in the order of, I would do One Punch Man, then Mashle, then Black Clover, just because Black Clover has like 200 episodes or whatever. So get into that one last so you can really enjoy it.
Or start Black Clover and then take a break for other stuff because it's like 5 seasons in or something.
Yeah, there's a ton.
All right, so I think that'll do it for us. Let us know what you think about Mashle in the comments below. Have you seen it? How far into it are you? Are you watching sub or dub? All that stuff. And on that note, we will catch you guys later.